It's time
to fire this thing up.
Hit it. So Kevin, this is the Yamaha 150 with a 25-inch shaft motor hanging on a brand new boat at your dealership.
Yeah, that's the F-150 XB. That's the latest.
This is kind of what the Boston Whaler is going to look like when we get done today, right?
No.
No.
It's going to be a different color.
Okay, fantastic. Hey, well, good deal, you made it. Hi, I'm John Graviscus, and this is Kevin Lindsay, the owner of Lindsay's Marine in Stuart, Florida, right on the main drag, US 1. And Kevin owns a very nice boat dealership here in Stuart, and apparently like 20% of your business is the repower business. And we want to repower my wife's 19-foot Boston Whaler in Nantucket. The current 150 on it doesn't run.
You don't want that old motor on your wife's boat, John.
Well, I have a couple of questions in regards to that with my wife's boat. First off, is this the time that a boat owner should consider really evaluating the hydraulic steering that's on the boat?
Yeah, either repair it, refurbish it, or replace it.
And then, you know, being my wife's boat, she has this color theme kind of going on, and you mentioned color. She doesn't want a gray motor, she wants it to match the boat.
Right.
Can Yamaha brand new engines, can they get painted?
Absolutely.
And do you know anybody?
Yep. Chips Painting up in Fort Pierce at the airport. They paint motors for us when we need them painted. Does a phenomenal job. Looks like it's factory.
Do you have an example of one of those painted motors
at
Yamaha?
I happen to have one here. It's not a 150, it's a 300. It's right over here.
So he does a really great job.
See for yourself.
Now you put our engine in its crate, that's my motor, and we're going to take that up to Fort Pierce and we're going to get that painted. We're also going to be painting Taylor White's older 90 horsepower Yamaha today on the program. Now, you're what's known with Yamaha as a key dealer.
Right.
What in the world does that mean to the consumer?
It means a lot of stuff, actually. One, we get more support from Yamaha than most just regular dealers get. We get our parts quicker.
That's very important to the consumer. I mean, if they were trying to get out this weekend and they need something fixed now,
right?
Okay, a dealership like you, that's a key dealer, gets the part quicker than guys that aren't.
Right. They also pay us our full shop labor rate for warranty.
Right.
So that means that if you've got a boat in here to get repaired under warranty,
it's worth your while to look at that.
Yeah, I get paid the same. So I'll put you right up there with everybody else that we're charging our regular shop.
It's going to be awesome. Today's program is going to be amazing, guys. But first, we need to give kudos to all the great companies who help make this show possible.
ShipShape TV, where boat improvement lives, is made possible by the entire collection of beautiful Sunbrella fabrics. Sunbrella, the only fabric to offer both design and performance above and below deck. By Yamaha, reliability starts here. And by the TaylorMade Group, leading marine manufacturers of original and replacement boat tops and covers, windshields, windows, and hard-to-find replacement parts. Aftermarket accessories, our all-new custom T-top covers, and more. Let us help you make your boat look shipshape again.
Welcome back. You're watching ShipShape TV, boat improvement made easy.
So what we have here, John, is the 90 that we just pulled out of the back of your truck. I believe it's Taylor's 90.
Yep.
And as you can see here, the motor's in great shape, but the actual cowling itself is very sun-faded. And she wants to get it painted all original Yamaha gray, and that's what we're going to take care of for you this week.
Do customers actually just send you the cowling, and do you do that?
Yes, sir. We get them shipped in all the time, whether it be a nick, a damage, sun damage, things like that, and they want to have it redone in Yamaha gray, we can paint it Yamaha gray. Or the occasional customer will have a white motor that they might have nicked a cowling, and they'll send it up and we'll repaint it white for them.
Fantastic. Well, guys, where we're at now is in Fort Pierce, Florida, and we're at Chips Painting. And who we have on the program is the Director of Operations out here. This is Chris Sullivan. And Chris, this is our brand new F-150 for my wife's 19-foot Boston Whaler Nantucket.
Yes, sir. We just pulled this out of Bert's truck, and we're looking to match the color to our Boston Whaler for you.
Kevin Lindsay was telling me that you paint Yamaha engines for different boat manufacturers.
Yes, sir.
What are some of those?
We do pursuit boats, we do Maverick, we do Creval, we do Billfish. I mean, the list kind of goes on.
Apparently dealerships also utilize your services when a customer wants to have their brand new engine
Yes.
color matched to their hull.
Yes.
Okay. And is that service available nationwide?
Nationwide. We have motors shipped from New York, North Carolina, California. Depends on where they want them coming from. They're either coming by truck or they even have them come via the whole boat.
Here it is in a crate, all right. What do you do in order to custom paint it?
So the beginning process obviously is uncrating it.
Right.
The motor will actually leave crate to go to this rack. It will be disassembled. It will be degreased. Everything will be masked up, as you can see here on this motor here. We actually have the masking to cover the entire engine
Right.
bay. All holes and things like that are covered that you don't want any paint getting into. Your zinc plate covers, everything's all covered with tape as well. And then everything from there follows to the chains to be hung up and then completely sanded with a 320 grit.
Right.
And then once it leaves that process, it actually goes into this Global Finishing Solutions booth, which actually doubles as an oven. It goes in for a 30-minute bake cycle at 140 degrees. Once it's actually painted, it runs out the other side for reassembly.
Okay, and that's where you put all the greases back in, you put all of the sealants on.
Exactly.
You make sure that everything is just
Factory
absolutely
new.
After the paint process, we bring it out here and we inspect it for any dirt or debris, and then we sand that out and we hit it with the buffer before we install the decals on the cowlings.
Now guys, if your decals ever get messed up, like on Taylor's motor here, Yamaha actually makes replacement decals for your motor.
Towards the end of the project, after it's painted, inspected, we need to apply a vinyl decal that we make inside. We can do assortment of colors, whether it's a metallic, a solid. John selected a red decal, Yamaha, to match that Boston Whaler emblem and also accents inside his boat.
Now you do the decals as well.
Yes.
Can somebody, like, say they own a boat, can they bring it here and maybe they don't have the strength or the tools or anything to actually remove the motors and have them shipped to you?
Of course.
And I know you have customers all over the country or
Yes,
whatever, but if somebody brought the boat to Fort Pierce, you could de-rig the boat, paint the engines, and then re-rig it?
All day long, sir. If you actually look to the back here, we have a 30+ foot yellowfin.
Right.
We're pulling 2 300s off the back at the moment, and they're going to be going up on the chains here soon.
And so those are going to be color matched to the hull?
To the hull, yes,
Okay.
sir.
Let's talk about the durability of the paint in a very harsh marine environment. Now, this boat's going to live in salt water.
Oh, of course. For a harsh marine environment, we've heard anything from 7 to 8 years. We haven't had any complaints as of yet. Our process seems to work pretty well.
Okay. And ballpark, what would it run to paint a 150?
A 150 is between $1,600 to $1,800, depending on whether it would be a factory new or a used motor, just depending on what is dropped off.
Okay, now naturally, if you're a manufacturer and you're doing this in volume,
Oh, of course.
there's a price reduction, but for a boat owner, if you wanted a
Yeah,
150
of
painted,
course.
you're looking at,
Yeah, the
that
average
is
Joe.
not expensive at all.
No,
what's,
no.
what's the turnaround time?
Turnaround time is between 5 to 10 days, but if we get it back to you in 3 to 5, we look like the hero.
Okay, fantastic. If somebody wanted to have their motor color matched to their hull, all right, they wanted it painted by you guys, Chips Painting,
of course.
where can we lead people?
You can go to chipscustompainting.com, and you can actually click on the website there, and it'll give an email contact or in the comments, and we'll get back to you within 24 hours or less.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much,
All right,
Chris.
not a
We're going to
problem.
take a real quick break, but when we come back, we're going to be rebuilding our hydraulic steering for the Boston Whaler. We'll cover it right after this.
Stay the course. ShipShape TV and its host, John Graviscus, will be back in a flash. Closed captioning provided by the over 2-decade video library at the all-new ShipShape TV website. Available now worldwide online with paid subscription. Makes a great gift with a special boater search engine for ease of use. Hurry, the introductory price ends soon, so watch any episode, old or new, on any device at the all-new ShipShapeTV.com.
Welcome back. The light's still on in the tool shed, which means there's still work to do. What do we have, John?
While we're waiting for our paint to get completed on both motors, I wanted to utilize our time. So I sent the guys back to the whaler in order to remove the original hydraulic steering from the boat. Remember, Kevin Lindsay said when you're repowering, this is a great time to either have your hydraulic steering system rebuilt or buy brand new. And I'm trying to help people save a little bit of money. Where we're now at is in North Venice, Florida at Boat Steer. And we have Tim Howard on the program, the owner. And Tim, I had Hayden in a box, cardboard box, bringing all the components, handed it off to Jennifer. They're right here on this cart. And with the age of my helm, if we took this over to your station and disassembled it, what would the chances of it being muddy inside, and what's the problem with that?
Yeah, the age of this helm, guaranteed there's corrosion inside, rust particles, and they get into the check valves for steering, and they'll lock up the steering. They'll let it free spool. It's just not good to have contamination in the helm.
So if I bought a brand new Baystar helm, what would that run me?
Baystar helm is going to be $400.
Okay, if I have you rebuild it, what does it run me?
$295.
And does it come with a warranty?
Yes, 1-year warranty from us.
Okay. Also, guys, I want to talk about not throwing away money with like seal kits. And could you show everybody a Baystar seal kit? I know you can go to the marine big box stores and you can get a seal kit. And what are these?
Roughly about $90.
Okay, and guys think that they're fixing their leaking hydraulic steering system just with this. But here's the real issue, guys. This is just outside componentry and some seals. If I take my fingernail and I drag it along these gouges in the rod, that's going to cut the seal and it's going to start leaking again.
You put a new seal on there, that's going to cut through and start leaking. Who knows how long, but
and I throw away 90 bucks.
You throw away 90 bucks.
Okay. If I were to buy a new Baystar Ram, what do those sell for?
$400.
You rebuild them for?
$225.
Now, what's cool about their rebuilding process, guys, is if you need a new rod, you get a brand new rod. If you need a cylinder, maybe it's pitted inside and that could cut the seals, you get it. It's part of the same price, which is awesome.
We measure all parts to specification, and anything that needs to bring it up to spec, we put it in.
Show everybody the very inexpensive hydraulic hose that I had original on the boat. Okay, this is like plastic tubing.
This is plastic tubing, nylon tubing, and it's typical Baystar tubing.
You make hydraulic line, but out of Kevlar hydraulic hose.
We do.
It's the best of the best.
The best they make is Kevlar, and we decided we're doing only the best, so we will make you Kevlar hoses to replace all that.
Okay, fantastic. I also want to, at this time, also maybe clean up the electrical components going to the 12-volt battery on the whaler. You invented something, which is right over here. And what do you call this?
This is called a mini tamer. The terminal tamer is the major product, but mini tamer is for the smaller batteries, and this is what you would have on your boat.
Okay.
You wouldn't have a large battery.
This is made from solid copper, guys, and you can now get 6 different electrical components with perfect contact coming onto the terminal. And the cool thing about this, what I'm thinking, are the marinas up north that have to winterize and pull batteries.
Pull the batteries out, yeah.
A mechanic's nightmare is they take all these wires off with the ring terminals to take the battery out. They're laying in the bilge.
Yep.
Come springtime.
Where do they go?
Yeah, you got to figure that out. That's time. Everything stays on the mini tamer, and you just take it off, take it out, boom.
There you go.
So you make it for the 12-volt batteries. You make it for the larger marine batteries.
The AT batteries.
How much are these?
$59.95 for the large size, $49.95 for the small size, the mini tamers.
Fantastic.
And this is the way they come with the package, and we ship them every day.
They actually offer covers too, guys, to where you can cut those slots out and you can get some added protection. If somebody wants to save money on hydraulic steering yet get a phenomenal warranty, if somebody wants to organize their electrical on their batteries, where can we lead them?
Go to boatsteer.com.
Go pull the plug. The boats, the tools, and ShipShape TV will be back in a snap.
If you'd like to watch today's episode again, go to our website, shipshapetv.com, and watch it free on any device, anytime, anywhere in the world. Tell a boating friend today.
What I've decided to go with repower-wise on our 19-foot Boston Whaler Nantucket is probably the world's most reliable outboard engine. I'm talking about the Yamaha 150, and we are now in Alabama at Yamaha's very secret test facility, and we have David Mueller back on the program. And David,
Good to see you, John.
I know a lot about this motor, but there are a lot of people that will buy an older boat, and what they'll do to make it great again is they'll repower. And I really want to start with just some of the basics on the 150 and why this is truly the workhorse motor of the marine industry, because I'm telling you, the reputation on this engine is amazing. Tell us a little bit about it.
This engine's been around since 2004, and it really is the hallmark of the repower business, in as much as, just like you're saying, it's right down the pipe of so many different kinds of boats, whether it's a small bay boat or a family fun boat, a pontoon boat. The 150 is such a versatile engine. It comes in 20 and 25-inch shaft, right and left-hand rotation, even comes in manual control for repower situations, and it comes in digital electronic control.
Okay, I'm going from a manual control to a manual control.
Great.
But if somebody wanted to go with digital controls, there's a lot of advantages of that. You now have that available for
We
the
do
150.
have a digital
and
control.
That's new, correct?
Yes, that's new for this year.
Okay, let's start with the very basics. This is a, what, 4-stroke motor?
4-stroke.
What does that mean? Okay, what does that mean compared to like a 2-stroke motor?
4-stroke basically is the same type motor you have in your car. It produces power the same way. A 2-stroke motor actually burns oil as part of the combustion process. A 4-stroke uses oil that's in a crankcase. Much like your car, you change that every 100 hours, same way as you take your car down and get the oil changed.
Okay, so 2-stroke burns a combination of 2-stroke oil, and it mixes in with the gasoline, and so there's no oil tank or anything when you go to repower with a 150. I need a 25-inch shaft engine,
okay,
and I know that there are several shaft lengths that different outboard companies make. In the 150, what are the options?
Yes, it does come in a 20-inch shaft as well, and the shaft length is relative to the boat that you're putting it on.
Okay.
The actual depth of the transom, you want to make sure that's matched up correctly.
Can we talk about hours that in the real field that these 150s are?
Geez.
I mean, because this is like amazing, guys.
We have documented evidence out there of these engines being used in commercial environments now, but well maintained, and they're pushing close to 10,000 hours on pairs. And we've got one pair with 6,700 hours, one pair with 8,700 hours. They're again somewhere in the 6s or 7s, I think, on their third pair, and they keep coming back for these 150s time and again. We have hundreds of stories from people about their love affair with this engine because of its longevity and its incredible reliability.
Okay, so this could work on a 19-foot boat, like we have a 20-foot boat. If somebody wanted to go with twin motors, the 150 comes in twins, and that means that you have, normally when you have one engine, it's a right-hand rotation with the propeller, okay? When you have a second one, a twin, and some guys like that, going to the Bahamas, whatever, they want two motors, they want reliability, repetitiveness. If something does happen, they can get home. Okay, that's cool.
Sure.
How would a second engine work, though, when you're talking about the spin of the propeller?
Well, you use a counter-rotating propeller. In other words, this one would spin to the right, and the other one would spin the propeller to the left. And what that does is that counteracts the steering torque, so it's much easier to drive the boat. It's effortless, in fact.
Okay, a lot of people, this is a very popular motor, and a lot of people do repower. If somebody wanted to get more research and information on the 150, or somebody actually wanted to go out and buy it for having somebody do the repower.
Which is why we're here.
How do they do all that? How do they do all that?
Best thing to do is go to YamahaOutboards.com. You can get all of the information on the engine, all of the different ways that you can rig this engine. And after you've received all of that information, you can go out to the dealer locator there and find the dealer that's closest to you, and they'll be glad to talk with you and get you set up with a repower situation.
Yeah, and they'll go through that and everything. But David, I need to thank you so much for the info. Speaking of that repower, we've got to get back to Florida, and we've got to put our new 150 onto the Boston Whaler. We'll cover it right after this.
Welcome back aboard. Fishing for boat improvement? Well, you caught it right here at Ship Shape TV.
Well, here we are back at Lindsay Marine. This company does an amazing job with their repowers and the servicing of the various boats, and we're in one of their servicing centers here on the property in Stuart, Florida. And I want to introduce you to our final expert guest today. It's just this gentleman right over here. This is Rye Landry with Yamaha. And Rye, you'll notice that you know, our engine, our F-150, is color painted, color matched.
Yep.
To match my wife's Boston Whaler, and that's courtesy of Chip's Painting in Fort Pierce. And we need to thank Chris as well as Chip, the owner. They did an amazing job, not only on this engine, but also on Taylor White's motor, the 90 horsepower Yamaha. They painted that original Yamaha gray.
Very nice.
And everything just came out amazing. But you'll notice on my engine, I do not have a propeller. And next week, you're going to be teaching us what?
About how to pick the proper propeller for your intended usage.
So elaborate.
Well, do you fish? Do you water sport? Do you tow lots of stuff? Do you have a barge? How are you going to use this boat specifically?
So there's different series of propellers to fit different boating lifestyles.
Yes.
Oh man, that's going to be
lots. And that's a big problem lots of people have, is figuring out which one's best for them.
This is awesome. Okay, guys, check out my helm. Okay, that's been rebuilt by Tim Howard at Boat Steering Solutions. And again, when you're repowering a boat, it's a good idea to make sure that your hydraulic steering is up to snuff. He also rebuilt our ram. Remember, I had a nick in the ram. That'll cut the seals, all right? Everything's operational here. We have brand new hydraulic lines. He even set us up with something called the terminal tamer for the battery.
I want to see that.
My wires are so organized now. That is an amazing invention. We had your friend at Yamaha, David Mueller, on the program.
Yep.
David was telling us about the workhorse of pleasure boating, the Yamaha F-150, and that was up at your test facility in Alabama. But guys, we're all out of time. How about if we do this? How about if you get out there, do yourself a favor, make your boat ship shape. I'm John Graviscus, Rye Landry. We'll see you on the next go around.
Closed captioning provided by the over 2-decade video library at the all-new ShipShape TV website. Available now worldwide online with paid subscription. Makes a great gift with a special boater search engine for ease of use. Hurry, the introductory price ends soon, so watch any episode, old or new, on any device at the all-new ShipShapeTV.com.